Well, hello there. Chuck from Chuck Plays the Trombone here. I'm going to be putting out a cover of a tune called Shoe Body Bop in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. And I figured I would talk a little bit about how the sausage was made in terms of the arranging on this one. I first heard this tune as like this sped up meme on Instagram. I also thought, hey, this should work pretty easily on trombone because the tune itself is just like a bunch of male voices. And that turned out to be not entirely true. This is one of those tunes that looks super simple, but is actually really quite hard to make feel correct. And it definitely reminded me that not everyone thinks about music as these neat little black dots on a sheet of paper like I've been trained so hard to think about music as. In terms of my process, most of my arrangements start in a program called MuseScore these days. It's like pretty much a lot like Finale used to be for old people like me. Oftentimes actually, I'll grab an existing arrangement online just to kind of get oriented and think I'm going to save time. And almost every single time I wind up spending more time trying to straighten out what was done wrong in that arrangement, which was definitely the case here. So I got this arrangement done and I started practicing it. And just even if you look at the first rhythm, bum bum ba da 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 ba da da da, it doesn't quite make sense because it kind of starts as 2 quarter notes and then 3/8 notes. And the question is, like, if you start that quarter note on the beat, the 3/8 notes and the second long note after the 3/8 notes don't line up where they feel natural to me. I was counting the piece wrong, which is a familiar feeling as a bass trombonist. So my next thing was to take what I had and try to make everything line up differently by moving it an 8th note over. And at first I thought, oh great, this fixes it. And after thinking I had fixed it, I realized that by moving that stuff over an 8th note, it just broke a bunch of stuff later on in the arrangement where it didn't line up. And I had to throw a bar of 7/8 in there to kind of even make it line up with what's happening. It just eventually clicked, and this has happened before, where I realized the music isn't all about meter like I was taught to think about all, and rhythm. Really, it's just about copying kind of a series of words and the rhythm of those words and the shape of those words and stitching those together. So I went with the second version in the recording, and honestly, during the really fun, loud section, I'm just kind of winging the rhythms and playing what I hear in my head. Should sound cool. Quick recommendation before I go. This will be the Chuck Plays Trombone album of the day. And you can also check it out on Spotify, but I just like CDs. And this CD is called 4-Wheel Drive by Nils Landgren. Nils Landgren, he's really an amazing musician and an amazing trombone player. There's a really great 1-2 punch on this album. And on this album, it's 2 tunes called She's Always a Woman, followed by, pardon my French, Les Chats sur Toi? I don't know. But those 2 tunes back to back are a really great example of what you can do in that larger format. Please comment, like, subscribe. It really helps the channel. YouTube just really pushes any channel with lots of engagement. So even if you want to leave me hateful messages, that still counts as engagement. Go ahead and send it. Tell me that I'm counting the music wrong. Anyway, see you in the next video where I actually play the trombone. Bye.